Well, the British exit from the European Union taking another step in the right direction, their direction, staying right on track with Prime Minister Theresa May's deadline. Take a listen.
Last night, the bill on Article 50 successfully completed its passage through both houses unchanged. It will now proceed to royal assent in the coming days, so we remain on track with the timetable I set out 6 months ago. This will be a defining moment for our whole country as we begin to forge a new relationship with Europe and a new role for ourselves in the world.
Joining us now is former Parliament member and senior economic consultant for Euro-Pacific Capital, John Browne. John, great to see you. When I looked at that Brexit vote and was very happy that all the experts were proven wrong because they didn't think it was going to pass, for me, what it symbolized was a rejection of the control by the bureaucrats in Brussels and other places of the British people's lives, that decisions that should have involved just Great Britain were being resolved in Brussels or Strasbourg or somewhere else by bureaucrats. Am I right on that?
Absolutely right. You know, Britain is the second largest contributor to the European Union and yet has one 28th vote, one of 28. So that's ineffective in cost analysis. Secondly, the arrogance of the European Assembly and the Commission to foist unbelievable regulations on the European Union, including Britain, and interfering in democratic government. It's staggering, and people were voting against that, particularly the Schengen Plan and open borders, which
I'm wondering, John, how far this extends. That is, are we going to see a domino effect? Once Great Britain really gets serious and really begins the process of separating itself from the bureaucrats, will other nations join?
I think so. I think Britain's love for freedom voted for Brexit. We luckily have a Prime Minister who has the integrity to fight against the very powerful Remain forces and do what the people asked of the government. There were a majority of her party, like 74% of her backbenchers, were for Remain, against her. But 61% of their constituencies voted for Brexit. That was the thing. And so they want to be re-elected, as your last speaker said.
Yeah, well, they went against the establishment, as a lot of people say happened here, in order to get what the people wanted. A final question. We've got to make it short, John. But is the euro, which, of course, is controlled by the European Monetary Union, is that in danger? Is the euro going to die as a currency?
Very much so. It's in danger. I think it was always flawed from its very inception. But it's in danger. The trouble is, for us all, it is the second currency of the world and the largest physical circulation currency. So if that were to go to zero or even be translated back into the various members' currencies, anything but the Deutschmark would be really a travesty for people and devastating to portfolios. So that's a very real concern, even for people in America, because it would cause a great upset and a stress to the credibility of paper money.
Right.
And this is what we face. The biggest effect of Brexit and everything could be a real strain on money, on fiat money.
Maybe it'll force us to have another Bretton Woods agreement where we all come together as a world and decide on a currency that really means something. John, we got to leave it at that.
With real money.
Yeah, real money.
Gold.
John Browne, thank you very much. Appreciate it.